It is a momentous day. It is a historic day. It is a headline-making event. It is the day that we have all been waiting for a while now. Yes, it is the draw for the FIH Odisha Hockey Men's World Cup 2023 Bhubaneswar Rourkela. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Very good afternoon to you and a very good day to everyone joining us from across the globe. I'm Siddharth Pandey and I'm in the midst of some remarkable, inspiring figures who will be with us for the draw. Without further ado, I will take this moment to introduce them to you. We have with us the Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik. Shri Behera, Honorable Minister, Sports and Youth Services, Odisha. Mr. Saif Ahmed, Acting President, FIH. Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, Member, COA, Hockey India. Shri Zafar Iqbal, Member, COA, Hockey India. One legend followed by another. Shri Dilip Tirki, Chairman, Hockey Promotion Council of Odisha. Shri Suresh Chandra Mahapatra, IAS, Chief Secretary and Chief Development Commissioner, Odisha. Shri V.K. Pandyan, IAS Secretary to the Honorable Chief Minister. Shri R. Vinil Krishna, IAS Commissioner cum Secretary, Department of Sports and Youth Services, Odisha. And last but not the least, Mr. Thierry Weil, CEO, FIH. They will help us with the draw. A very warm welcome to all of you. And thank you so much for being with us here today. I would now request Shri Suresh Chandra Mahapatra, IAS, Chief Secretary and Chief Development Commissioner, Odisha, to please deliver the welcome address.
Namaskar and a very good morning to all of you. Today is the much awaited draw for the FIH Men's World Cup 2023. It's an internationally significant event and a proud moment for India to be hosting it. Our global hockey fraternity is anxious and anticipating the outcome. All eyes are upon us today. Today defines the next course of action for participating teams and puts India in top gear to prepare for the mega event. We are hosting the event for the second time in a row after its grand success in the Hockey Men's World Cup of 2018. And this has been possible due to the visionary leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, Naveen Patnaik. His passion for the sports further propels the development of hockey in Odisha and in the country. I extend a warm welcome to our Honorable Chief Minister on this occasion. I welcome Honorable Sports Minister Shri Tushar Kanti Behera under his supervision and sports development, particularly hockey is reaching new heights. I extend warm welcome to FIH Acting President Saif Ahmed and FIH CEO Thierry Weil. Under their aegis, FIH efforts helped hockey to grow a global game that inspires the next generation. Hockey India has been our partners in taking Indian hockey to great heights, and I welcome members COA Hockey India, Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, and Mr. Zafar Iqbal to this program. The committee has guided the Hockey India and Odisha during the last few crucial months. I welcome all the dignitaries, senior officials, players, and media to today's ceremony. Thanking all. Jai Hind. Bande Utkal Janan.
Thank you, sir, for your welcome address. And rightly said, the event in 2018 was a grand occasion. We can only imagine what it will be this time around. I would now request Mr. Zafar Iqbal, Member COA, Hockey India, to kindly step forward and say a few words.
Even saying a few words is difficult for me. But anyhow, a good afternoon to all of you, and in particularly the Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Naveen Patnaik ji. We have on dais the President of the Federation of International Hockey, Mr. Saif Ahmed, my colleague, he's very much older to me, Dr. Qureshi Saab, who is also part of the COA, and Mr. Terry, who is CEO FIH. And we have the Honorable Minister of State, Mr. Behera Saab, and my young colleague, Dilip Tirki, who is very much here. We played together for Indian Airlines long back. And the Chief Secretary is very much here. And the man who is doing a lot of work is Vinil Krishna Saab is also here on the dais. So today is a very great day and a very important day prior to the commencement of the World Cup, because this is the time we will come to know who is placed where. And when we used to play at that time, we always see where we are placed, in which pool we are, and with whom we are going to play. So naturally, this is a very important day for all of us, and I won't take much time because only 3 minutes have been given to me. But one major point which I would like to focus is that the Odisha is holding the second time back-to-back the World Cup here, because no other city has ever held two consecutive World Cup in one city in the world itself. And also over and above, we are also holding the 4th World Cup here in our country, which is also a record. No country has ever conducted 4 World Cups. We had a first World Cup in 1981 and 82 in Bombay, where I was a part of the team, and later on 2010, and then 2018 here in Odisha, and naturally 2023 is again in Odisha. All the best, I would say, to the organizing committee. Hard for the success of the World Cup. And at the same time, I would also like to mention here that the government of Odisha is doing a great job for the development of hockey in our country and also in the Odisha. There is no doubt about it, because I have seen the performance of Indian hockey team. I'm sure this Indian team is capable of doing something special in the forthcoming World Cup. I'm sure our team is capable of, making a podium finish. This is my personal desire, that we should have something out of it after a long time, because in the earlier stages, in 1971 World Cup Barcelona, we won the bronze medal. In 1973 Amsterdam, Holland, we were the silver medalists, though we had a good chance to win the gold medal. In the sudden death, we got a penalty stroke, but somehow we missed. It happens in the game of hockey and any other game. And also in 1975, we were the winners in Kuala Lumpur. So another chance we have here. I'm sure that India will come with flying color. Thank you very much for giving an opportunity to say a few words this time. All the best to every team.
We are hoping for a very similar performance. Mr. Zafar Iqbal, as always, a man of few words, but when he speaks, those words are taken seriously in the world of hockey. I would now request Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, member COA Hockey India, to kindly step forward and address the audience.
Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, Honorable Minister of Sports and Youth Services, Shri Behera ji, Acting President FIH, Mr. Saif Ahmed, CEO FIH, Mr. Terry Vale, members on the dais, fans and friends of hockey, a very good afternoon to you. It gives me immense pride and pleasure to be here today for the draw of the FIH Odisha Hockey Men's World Cup 2023, Bhubaneswar and Rourkela. I would like to begin by thanking the government of Odisha for their benchmarking support to the sport of hockey. Odisha has emerged as an important destination for world hockey, and the state has left no stone unturned to ensure that the upcoming World Cup will indeed be a memorable success. I would like to further thank the FIH for their immaculate planning and vision, which has allowed us to continue to bring world-class hockey events to India. Thank you for your trust in India and our sportsmen and bureaucracy. It's a big opportunity for our fans and young players to witness the best of the world, and I'm sure it will build their aspiration and love for hockey. Finally, I would like to congratulate the teams which have qualified for the Cup. I wish them all the best for what I'm sure is going to be a landmark tournament in the world of hockey. And before I conclude, I would like to especially convey our gratitude, the gratitude of the nation to the Chief Minister, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, for becoming a role model and making his state a role model for this, the country. For the last 30, 40 years, the last gold medal we got in Olympic was in 1960 in Russia. For 60 years, for 40, 50 years, there has been a famine. And the joke used to be that the only gold our sportsmen bring was the gold watches. But now actually we are bringing medals and we are turning around, and Odisha is showing the way. Extreme gratitude to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, Dr. S.Y. Qureshi. We have with us, of course, amongst us, Mr. Saif Ahmed, Acting President of the FIH. Sir, if you could be so kind to step forward and address the August gathering.
Good afternoon, everybody. Dear Chief Minister of Government of Odisha, dear guests, dear hockey family, I will start to congratulate the whole teams who qualify for World Cup here in Odisha and Rourkela. And I will take this opportunity to thank the Chief Minister of Government of Odisha for what Odisha did for hockey and doing for hockey. Thank you, Mr. Chief Minister. The 15th edition of the World Cup, it's very important, and it's a challenge for Odisha because they are challenged themselves. They organized fantastic World Cup in 2014, and now everybody in hockey, in world hockey, looking what they will do more than 2018 World Cup in January for 15th edition. I would like to thank our partner, commercial, broadcaster, and our sponsors and volunteers. I think they are playing a very good role to succeed any tournament we are organizing. Thank you for the athletes, and we are looking forward for very high performance from them and to show us the beauty of hockey and the fair play they will introduce. I wish you a good luck and good draw program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Saif Ahmed, Acting President of the FIH, for your words. It's now time for the Honorable Minister, Sports and Youth Services, Odisha, Shri Tushar Kanti Behera, to please come and address the audience.
A very good afternoon. Honorable Chief Minister Sri Naveen Patnaik ji, all dignitaries on the dais, all secretaries, officials of FIH, Hockey India, Sports Department, sports persons, spectators, and friends from media. I wonder how many here know that India is the only country in the world that is going to host the prestigious Hockey Men's World Cup for the 4th time. And this time, not just one, but at 2 venues in Odisha, Bhubaneswar and Rourkela. It is a matter of great pride for India and Indian hockey fans all over the world. With this, the legacy of hockey in India continues. From producing some of the finest Olympians to hosting some of the finest hockey events, India has set itself apart. And in this journey of hockey, Odisha, along with FIH and Hockey India, has set a global benchmark in hosting several international hockey events, remarkable amongst them being the Hockey Men's World Cup in 2018. It left a lasting impression of fans and players alike. Accolades came pouring in from all quarters. People returned as brand ambassadors of India and the tournament and put Odisha in the global map. And now that India is going to host the marquee World Cup in few months from now, I can sense the excitement brewing amongst all gathered here and the global hockey fraternity. Today's draw event is a milestone towards the 2023 World Cup, and as we gear up with our co-hosts FIH and Hockey India, I encourage all to revel in this journey, to support and cheer the teams that will soon be impressing and entertaining us with their skills. Besides the iconic Kalinga Stadium that dazzled the hockey fraternity in 2018, players will also get to play at one of the largest hockey stadium in the world, the Birsa Munda International Hockey Stadium, Rourkela. Our very own Indian hockey team, whom we support and sponsor, is amongst the top in the world, and we are eager to see them compete in this prestigious tournament. India has chartered an admirable course in hockey, and Odisha as host will ensure the remarkable hockey legacy of India continues. I wish all the very best for the event. Thank you. Jai Hind. Bande Utkal Janam.
Thank you for your words, Honorable Minister for Sports and Youth Services, Odisha, Mr. Tushar Kanti Behera. Well, it's now time. We will now request Mr. Thierry Weil, CEO FIH, to please come forward and start the proceedings for the draw.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Honorable Chief Minister, distinguished guests, but also good morning, good evening to all the hockey fans around the world which are with us today through streaming. So welcome the hockey family on a global base. It is, as said before, a special day, an important day today, because we will conduct now the draw. We will define the groups of the teams and who is going to play in the Men's World Cup Bhubaneswar Rourkela 2023, which will be held from the 13th to the 29th of January 23, as mentioned before, in the 2 locations and in the biggest stadium currently, which we know, which will be Rourkela, with 20,000 seats, the biggest stadium in the world for hockey specifically. 16 teams have qualified for this Men's World Cup 2023. So India automatically qualifies as a host for the Men's World Cup. South Africa qualified through the Continental Championship by winning the African Cup of Nations 22. Asian Cup 22 qualified 3 teams: Japan, Malaysia, Korea. During the European Championship 21, Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, Spain and England qualified, followed by France and Wales, who qualified via the European World Cup qualifier tournament. To represent Pan America, Argentina and Chile qualified during the Pan America Cup 2022, and finally Oceania. Due to the travel restriction, they could not have an Oceania competition for that, and therefore the two highest ranked teams from Oceania qualified for this competition, Australia and New Zealand, which were highest ranked in the FIH world ranking. So I want to congratulate the 16 teams qualified for the FIH Odisha Men's World Cup 23 Bhubaneswar, Vukela. So now we're coming to the fact that now those teams have to be distributed and has to be put in groups. The teams will be distributed in 4 pools with 4 teams.
Thank you, Thierry. First, the hosts, India. I'll request the Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik, to please announce the pool for Team India.
I'm pleased to announce that India is in Pool D. All friends who are present here, I'm sure we're all looking forward to the hockey match here, which is most prestigious, and all of us together will make it a tremendous success. Thank you.
So now, India being in Pool D, the next top 3 teams according to the FIH World Ranking have been allocated as followed. Pool C, World Ranking number 3, it's Netherlands. Pool B, based on the World Ranking number 2, is Belgium. And then Pool A, number 1 in World Ranking, is Australia. Just for clarification, we're talking about world ranking which has been stopped and which has been looked at after Asian qualifiers in June this year. So it's not the 2 days qualifier, but we had to stop it at a certain stage, and that was done in June this year after the Asian qualifiers. So now, the first teams ranked between 15 and 23 on the world ranking will be drawn to complete row number 4 of each pool. Those teams are ranked 15th, South Africa, ranked 16th, Wales, ranked 17th, Japan, and ranked 23rd is Chile. The first team will be placed in Pool D in position 4. The second team drawn will be placed in Pool C, position 4. The third team will be in Pool B, position 4. And the fourth team will be in position 4 in Pool A.
Time to get started then, and I would request Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, member COA Hockey India, to please come forward towards the pots and please shuffle the balls in pot 1.
So this is now for position D4. And this is Wales. Wales will join India in Pool D.
Wales have been making waves in Europe. They are doing what Ireland did certified a decade ago, upsetting the established order. We're looking forward to having them in Bhubaneswar, Rourkela. I would request Dr. Qureshi to please draw the ball one more time in pot 1.
This is now going to be for Pool C, position 4, and this is Chile. Chile joins Netherlands in Pool C.
A new power is rising in the Americas. It is Argentina and Chile that have made it to the World Cup. Chile are going to debut for the first time in Bhubaneswar, Rourkela, as finalists at the Pan Am Cup. We wish them all the very best and look forward to having them here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I would request Sri Suresh Chandra Mahapatra, IAS, Chief Secretary and Chief Development Commissioner, Odisha, to please come forward towards the pots and shuffle the balls in pot 1.
So again, this is now for position B4, Pool B. And this is Japan.
Japan. I would request Sri Mahapatra to please draw the balls one more time in pot 1.
So that is now the final one for position A4. And yes, that is South Africa, who joins Australia in Pool A.
They were placed together at the Commonwealth Games just over a month ago. Australia and South Africa will square off again at the World Cup. Exciting hockey with exciting players is what we expect from South Africa. And let's see if they can better their showing from 2018.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So now we proceed to the draw of the third row. We will be composed by the following teams ranked between 9 and 13. And the teams are number 9, ranked number 9 is Spain, ranked number 10 is Malaysia, ranked number 11 is France, and ranked number 13 is Korea. The first team will be placed in position 3 in Pool Team. The second team drawn will be put in position 3 in Pool C. The third team will be placed in position 3, Pool B, and then the fourth team will be placed in position 3, Pool A.
I would request Sri Tushar Kanti Behra, Honorable Minister, Sports and Youth Services, Odisha, to please come forward towards the pots and shuffle the balls in pot 2.
So who is going to join India in Pool D, position 3? Spain.
Spain, they have taken a new direction under new leadership. What does Max Caldas have up his sleeve? It's not going to be an easy game, and Pool D is shaping up rather nicely. I would request Sri Tushar Kanti Behra to please draw the balls one more time in pot 2.
So this is now being for position C3. Joining Netherlands and Chile, it's Malaysia. Malaysia.
At a very, very tough Asia Cup, Malaysia managed to make their mark and have been here. The last time India won a World Cup, it was in Malaysia at the Merdeka Stadium in Kuala Lumpur, 1975. Malaysia will be hoping that luck favors them when they come here to Bhubaneswar and Rourkela in 2023. I would now request Mr. Saif Ahmed, Acting President FIH, to please come forward towards the pots and shuffle the balls in pot 2.
So now we're going for position B3, joining Belgium and Japan. Korea. Korea joining Belgium and Japan.
Never an easy game when you play South Korea. Known for their fitness, organization, and delivering on the big stage, Korea will join world champions Belgium, Asian champions Japan in Pool B. I would request Mr. Ahmed to please draw the balls one more time in pot 2.
And now again, it's for position A3, joining Australia and South Africa, which is France. France joining Australia and South Africa.
Whenever France come to India to play a Junior World Cup, they do exceedingly well. Not to forget how well they did right here in Bhubaneswar just over a year ago. Can they translate that sort of form to the senior level? Well, we wish France and their team all the very best.
Thank you. And now we come to the last row. The second row will be composed by the teams ranked between 5 and 9 of the world ranking. Number 5 is Germany, number 6 is England, number 7 is Argentina, and number 8 is New Zealand. Same principle, the first team will be placed in Pool D, position 2, the second team will be placed in Pool C, position 2, the third team will be placed in Pool B, and then the last one will be placed in Pool A, position 2. So the same principle as before.
I would request Shri Dilip Tirki, Chairman, Hockey Promotion Council of Odisha, to please come forward towards the pots and shuffle the balls in pot 3.
So now you have the mission to draw the last team in the pool with India. No pressure. So, England is joining India, Spain, and Wales in Pool D.
Whenever England play India, one thing is guaranteed: a lot of goals, a lot of excitement. The last time these two teams played at the Commonwealth Games, we had an 8-goal thriller. Well, let's hope this time India not only has a thriller of a game, but wins that game against England. And that's how Pool D finishes with England as the last team. I would request Sri Tirki to please draw the balls one more time in pot 3.
And that will be now for Pool C, position 2, joining Netherlands, Malaysia, and Chile. And this will be New Zealand is joining Netherlands, Malaysia, and Chile.
The other team, the Giants of Oceania, along with Australia, will complete Pool C. Not an easy pool, and I can see that after the Netherlands, it is there for the taking. It will be interesting to see which team competes with the Netherlands to go through to the quarterfinal. I would now request Shri Zafar Iqbal, member COA Hockey India, to please come forward towards the pots and shuffle the balls in pot 3.
And this now will be for position B2, joining Belgium, Korea, and Japan. Germany. Germany is joining Belgium, Korea, and Japan.
Two European powerhouses placed together in Pool B. It was Germany who was drawn with Netherlands in 2018 at the Bhubaneswar World Cup. This time they have another European giant to fight with. That's going to be Belgium. I would now request Shri Iqbal to please draw the balls one more time in pot 3.
And that is now for the last open position, which is Pool A, position 2. And that can not be anybody else than Argentina. Yes, that's good. Argentina joining Pool A, Australia, France, and South Africa.
The giants of Pan America, Argentina, very recently crowned Olympic champions when it was held at Rio. 2018 was not the best tournament for them, but they have now a very exciting mix of talent and experience. Argentina, never an easy team. And that is how the draw concludes for the Hockey World Cup 2023, Bhubaneswar 2023. Wow, some exciting matches to look forward to.
So thank you distinguished guests. Thank you, Odisha. Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister. Looking forward to see you all at the World Cup. I'm sure the teams have now some homework to do to prepare themselves, knowing to whom and who they will play. And again, as I said, last time in 18 it was a milestone for an FIH event, but this time it will be another big milestone, having it in 2 fantastic venues in Odisha. Thank you. Looking forward to see you all there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Thierry Weil, CEO FIH, and many thanks to all the distinguished guests. Some fantastic matchups, as I have said, to look forward to, especially in Pool D, where India is placed. I would request Commissioner cum Secretary, Department of Sports and Youth Services, Odisha, Shri R. Vinil Krishna, IAS, to please come and deliver the closing address.
On behalf of the Government of Odisha, I would like to propose vote of thanks. We are extremely grateful to Honorable Chief Minister for his vision towards sports development, especially hockey. As a result, we have the best of the infrastructure and emerged as a global hockey hub. Thanks, sir, for your kind presence for today's ceremony. Your guidance and blessings will help us to make the upcoming World Cup a grand success. We are thankful to Mr. Saif Ahmed and his team at FIH for reposing their trust in us to organize the World Cup again. We are thankful to Mr. Qureshi and Mr. Jafar Iqbal for their continuous guidance and encouragement. It has been a great motivation for us during the last few months. We thank the dignitaries on the stage and honored guests for gracing today's event. We are indebted to their support to the sports development activities, especially hockey. We would like to express our gratitude to all the guests present today and the media for their constant support. Today's event marks the starting of the World Cup activities, and I am sure with the good wishes and blessings of all present here, the upcoming World Cup will be memorable in hockey's history. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shri R. Vinil Krishna, Commissioner cum Secretary, Department of Sports and Youth Services, Odisha. Well, that concludes the FIH Odisha Hockey Men's World Cup 2023 Bhubaneswar Rourkela draw. Good luck to all the teams. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are. Look out for the detailed match schedule, which will be coming up in just a couple of days. Of course, we all look forward to hosting you all in Bhubaneswar and Rourkela come January. Until then, good luck, do take care, and bye-bye.
Takes the flick, keeps it low, and it squeezes in on that near post. And Belgium have the lead. So it's Belgium 1, India 0. Danair the goal scorer.
Well, again, I'm not convinced this come out the circle. It's gone in low. As we watch this come out to the head of the D, does it come outside the line? It's so tight. Not a great bit of post manning from Danish. I think it's pretty close to being on the line. We'll see it in a moment. A replay, it goes through Srijesh. It's so tight.
Can play ball above the shoulder, which Sunil tries to do. Bhupinder tried to get underneath it, but Cousins was there first. There's a deflection chance, beats the keeper, and Belgium make it 2. It's Dokier this time that gets the final touch. A deflection in front of Srijesh, and it's Belgium 2, India 0.
As soon as the free hit was given, eyes up, looking for that pass. It's the cross run. Two Belgian players, not just Dokia, but in front of him as well. Thierry Dorian able to look to try and touch it back. It's a fantastic fine touch.